Hello, second grade Smarties, and welcome to iReady Math Lesson 13, Day 4. So we are continuing our adventure with adding three-digit numbers. So let's go ahead and get right into it. We are on page 120 and 121 in our instruction book. So go ahead and pause the video if you need to get open to those pages. All right, so we are going to get started. It looks like we're going to be using an open number line today, so that's exciting. All right, here is our example problem. It says there are 146 firefighters and 158 police officers marching in a parade. What is the total number of firefighters and police officers marching in the parade? So because it's already showing us the work, we're just going to look at this number line. So it's starting with the biggest part. So our two numbers that we had in our problem were 146 and 158. So we can show our work on an open number line. So they started at 158. They started with the bigger part. Then they started adding 146, but adding the value of each digit to 158. So they started with 158, and then they added 100 and got 258. So the hundreds place changed. So then they added the tens. They added 4 tens. They added 40 to 258. And then the tens place changed. So 258 plus 40 was 298. Then what they did is, so in 146, we've had 100, 4 tens, and 6 ones. But look at how they broke up the 6 ones. They added 2 to get to 300. So 298, 299, 300. And they added 4 more for 6 ones. 301, 302, 303, 304. So they use the open number line to add the second part with the value of each digit. So that is what we are going to do today. We are going to practice using an open number line to find our whole. So let's do number 12 together. It says a basketball team sells 379 tickets before game day. Another 136 people buy tickets at the door. How many tickets does the team sell in all? It's a word problem, friends. So what are we going to do? We're going to read it again. All right, we're going to circle those important numbers and underline the keywords that tell us what kind of problem we are solving. All right, here we go. A basketball team sells 379 tickets before game day. Another 136 people buy tickets at the door. How many tickets does the team sell in all? Oh, I circled that. I don't want to tell you the wrong thing. How many tickets does the team sell in all? So if it's wanting to know how many are all together, what kind of problem are we solving? Are we solving an addition problem or a subtraction problem? We're solving an addition problem. So we are putting the two numbers that the word problem gave us together. We're putting those two parts together to find our whole. But we are going to use an open number line. So looking at our parts, which number is bigger? 379, right? So 379 is going to be the start of our open number line. So 379. All right, so here is what we're going to do next. We are going to add 136, but here's the catch. We are going to add it with the value of each digit. So in 136, we have 100, right? 100 plus 30 plus 6. So we are going to add the value of each digit to our part 379. This is a really good way to see how these numbers work. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so 379. I'm going to add 100 first. So 379, what place is going to change? My hundreds, tens, or ones place? If I'm adding 100, means my hundreds place is going to change, right? So if I add 100 to 379, how many hundreds am I going to have? 3 hundreds plus 100 is 4 hundreds. Do my tens and ones change? Not yet. All right, so 479. Now we are going to add 30. So we're going to add 3 tens. So what place is going to change? My tens place. Okay, so here's what I kind of want to do. I'm going to add by groups of 10. So 479 plus 10 more. My tens place is changing. So 4 hundreds, 8 tens, and 9 ones. I'm going to add 10 more. So my tens place is going to change again. 4 hundreds. I'm going to add 1 10 to 8 tens, so 9 tens and 9 ones. I'm not done. I still have another 10 to add. All right, so I'm running into a problem. Do you see my problem? I know my ones aren't going to change. But my tens, I can't have 10 tens in the tens place because 10 tens makes a 100. Ooh, so if I add 10 to 499, I can count up 10 more, but let's look at our tens place. I know that I can't have 10 tens in the tens place because that makes 100. So I have to move those 10 tens to the hundreds place, right? So if I add 100 to my hundreds place, I will have 5 hundreds and 0 tens. Oh, so cool. So I've added 100 plus 30. I have to add 6 more. Now I'm at 509. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add 1 more to get to 510. So now I'm adding those 6 ones. So I added 1 1. How many more do I need to add to find my whole? 5 more ones. So 510 plus 5 more is 500. What place is changing? My hundreds place, right? No, my ones place. So 5 hundreds, 110, and 5 ones. Whew! That took a while, but it helped us solve our problem, right? And this helps us see the value of those digits working together. So how many tickets were sold in all, Smarties? 515 tickets. I need to put a label with it because it wasn't 515 kittens or 515 Twinkies. We sold 515 tickets in all. All right, let's go to number 13. It says Miss Stone's students work in the school garden. They plant 267 beet plants and 278 onion plants. What is the total number of plants? You smarties already know. We're going to read it again. Miss Stone's students work in the school garden. They plant 267 beet plants. Make sure you circled that. And 278 onion plants. What is the total number of plants? So if we're finding the total number all together, are we adding or subtracting? We are adding. So we are practicing using an open number line for this lesson. I know I usually tell you to use what strategy works best for you, but I really want you to see how cool this strategy is and see if it's a strategy that maybe you can start using too. All right, so let's look at our 2 parts that we're putting together. I want to start with the bigger part. Which number is my bigger part? 278. So I'm going to draw my line. I'm going to make it extra long in case I need room. And I'm going to start at 278. Now we are adding 267 to 278. So I am going to take 267 and I'm going to break it down into the value of the hundreds, the tens, and the ones place. So in 267, how many hundreds are there? 2 hundreds. 2 hundreds is the same as 200. All right, our tens place, we have 6 tens, which is the same as what number? 60. and 7 ones. All right, so I am going to add my hundreds first. So I'm going to add 2 hundreds to 278. So we can go ahead and do that, 2 hundreds. If I add 2 hundreds to the hundreds place, how many hundreds will I have now? 4 hundreds. We have 2 hundreds plus 2 hundreds, so 4 hundreds. And my tens and ones don't change. All right, so my hundreds place is done. Now we have to add our 6 tens. Well, I am already seeing that in my tens place, I'm going to have 100 there. So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to add groups of 20. So this is just a way for me to keep it solid in my head. So here we go. We have 478. I'm going to add 2 tens. 2 tens to 478. So the only place that is changing is my tens place. So I still have 400s. I'm going to add 7 tens plus 2 tens, which is 9 tens. And I'm going to have 8 ones. All right. So now we still need to add 4 tens. So this is up to you, Smarties. I am going to add 110, okay? Because I want to see what happens to my tens and my hundreds place. So if I add 110 to 9 tens, how many tens am I going to have? I'm going to have 10 tens. Can I have 100 in the tens place? No. So I'm going to add 10. My ones are going to stay the same. I have 10 tens. So I am moving those 10 tens to the hundreds place. So I have 0 tens, but I had 100 that I'm adding. So 100 plus 400s would be 500s. But am I done yet, Smarties? Not yet. I'm still in my tens. So I have 2 plus 1 10, which is 3, but I need 6 tens. So now I'm at 508. I'm going to add those 3 more tens, so 30. I'm going to add 30 now. So the only place that is changing is our tens place. So my hundreds stay the same. I'm in the 500s now. I have 3 tens and 8 ones. All right, so we have added our hundreds. We've added our tens. Now we are going to add our ones. So we are adding 7 ones. I see 538, and I know that 2 more would get me to another group of 10. So if I add 2 more to my ones place, I would have 500s, and I have 10 ones. Can I have a 10 in the ones place? Nope. So that 10 is going to move to the tens place. I add 110, which is 4 and 0 ones. Now I have 5 more ones to make 500, 4 tens, and 5 ones. So how many plants in all? 545 plants. Ooh, so that is one strategy that you can use to add 2 3-digit numbers. All right, let's finish up with number 14. It says there is a box of foam shapes in the art room. It has 356 squares and 304 circles. Which addition problem shows how many foam shapes there are in all? Ooh, okay, so let's read that again. It says there is a box of foam shapes in the art room. It has 356 squares and 304 squares. Which addition problem shows how many foam shapes there are in all? All right, so look at these addition problems. It doesn't give us a whole number. It gives us the whole number in the value of hundreds, tens, and ones. So what are we going to need to do with our parts to find the value of those hundreds place? We're going to have to break our parts into those values. So let's start with 356. So 356. How many hundreds are in 356? we have 3 hundreds plus 5 tens, which is the same as what number? 50, and 6 ones. Okay, now we're going to find the value of 304. 304 has a value of 3 hundreds. There's a 0 in the tens place. So does that mean I have 0 tens? I think so. All right, plus 0 tens and 4 ones. All right, so now I am going to put the value of our parts together. So let's start with our ones. In our ones, we have 10 ones. In our tens place, we have 50. So 5 tens plus 0 tens, so 50. So 5 tens. And then 3 hundreds plus 3 hundreds would be 6 hundreds. All right, so the value of our number would be 600 plus 50 plus 10. Ooh, what number would that make altogether? Do you notice something? We don't have any ones in the ones place. We have a 10. So we have 600 plus 50 plus 10. What's 50 plus 10 more? 60. So that's our whole, but this is what we are looking at. So which option shows 600 plus 50 plus 10? Which option shows that? Letter B. Okay. It says Dean chose A as the answer. This is wrong. How did Dean get his answer? Ooh, all right. So let's put our brains where Dean is. Okay. So Dean chose A. So he had 600. So he had his hundreds. But then in his tens place, he had 5 plus 10 ones. Huh. What did Dean forget to do in the tens place? Because in 356, there are 5 tens, but 5 tens has a value of 50. So what did Dean forget to do, Smarties? He forgot to show the value of 5 tens. So we're going to say, how did Dean get his answer? Dean forgot to show the value of 5 tens. And what is the value of 5 tens? 50. The value of 5 tens as 50. All right, and how do we finish a sentence? With a period. All right, Smarties, that is it for iReady Math Lesson 13, Day 4. Remember to use whatever strategy works best for you, but don't be scared to try new things or hard things. Good learners do hard things. That's what that growth mindset is all about, trying and doing things that challenge us. All right, Smarties, I will see you soon with another video lesson. Don't forget to keep that growth mindset. I will see you soon. Happy learning.